So I started practicing just before Christmas, and that's when I kind of realised quite how much there was, and there was a lot of singing. But I think it was nice to start then, and I had a reasonable amount of time to kind of pull things together and learn stuff. He sings quite a lot. There's a reason actually that he sings off stage, and that's in a few songs, especially when he writes notes to the managers. And then there's a reason about on stage as well. So it's quite, I used to say every night was like running a bit of a marathon, but yeah, we got there.
Yeah, it was quite an emotional role because as much as it's an amazing musical, there's quite some dark emotions within it, as well as it's not just a happy musical, but the singing was sometimes quite a task because there's some big numbers, but I absolutely loved singing every single song.
It was interesting because we all looked at it, and it was definitely a big thing to start and a big project, but when we all got into it we were really enjoying it, and it's something that we hadn't done before, and I think that was really fun because it was just something different, and I really enjoyed it, definitely. And I thought, how many other 17-year-olds can say that they've done Phantom of the Opera? So yeah.
It was a lot of fun to do, and also with me doing 4 nights, it was quite a big task on my voice, but it ended up working.
I felt incredibly honoured to get the role, and it was a really valuable experience for me. Carlotta's very much in my vocal range as I'm a soprano, but the acting that I had to take on was definitely a new style of acting, so it pushed me to develop my skills further.
Being Carlotta, it really suited my voice as I'm a grade 8 singer, and I loved learning the pieces because it's what I'm used to, what I love doing and what I do every day.
Yeah, it definitely felt like a big achievement to get through all 4 nights and do a good job. I think that was one of the things I was most conscious about, was I wanted the last night to be as good, if not better, than the first night. And so that was hard to try and keep my voice in a reasonably rested state for each night to give a good performance. But yeah, the whole thing was a highlight because there's just so many amazing memories. That's what I take away from it, is just the people, and each scene had its own challenges and worries and happy moments, so yeah.
Oh, my favourite songs, definitely The Phantom of the Opera. That duet was amazing, but Wishing You Were Somehow Here Again is probably my favourite song from the musical.
There are many to choose from. I think one of my highlights from the show is Tom and I's duet in All I Ask of You, especially on the Saturday night. I think it went really well. I really liked the acting that we did in it, and I thought I was really involved with the character at the time, so that was really nice.
The highlight of the show was when we got the scenes right, which we struggled with from the beginning, and also just being around everyone.
My highlight was that I experienced acting, which I've never really done before, and loved learning the songs as it helps me to do my grade 8 exam that I'm going to do in the summer.
So Miss Reynolds helped me with the singing and things, so did Miss Hawkins. She was there playing music and helped us to practice, especially there's some quite difficult bits of music, so Miss Hawkins would run through those with us, which was definitely really helpful.
Miss Reynolds, who is the Director of Performing Arts, is also my singing teacher. So in my singing lessons we looked at some of the bits that I was finding tricky, which was very useful because often there was parts which you're singing along with other people in rehearsals, and it's good to be prepared for the rehearsals because otherwise you get very lost.
A student in Hedon who I board with, called Kitty Rogerson, really helped me because she's a drama scholar and she was playing Firmin in my cast of Phantom, so she really helped me do all the acting that I've never done before and all the expressive parts that I didn't know how to do.
I had my drama teachers help me a lot with how to portray Carlotta. She's very different to the roles that I've taken on before, and obviously Mrs Reynolds, my singing teacher, who gave me an immense amount of help in the vocal side of playing the part.
My parents afterwards said, yeah, it's done. And I was like, what? Because I'd sort of seen the front people, but I hadn't seen the people behind. Really quite emotional, especially on my last night, because you spend a lot of time as the character and sort of with the cast and everything, and knowing that that's suddenly about to end, it's quite a sad and an emotional time, but also very joyful because you've been working up to performance, and then you get this sort of reward performance and everyone's clapping, and it's really lovely feeling actually.
It felt really incredible. The experience was just amazing. We all came together as one big family and supported each other, and then of course the standing ovations every night made it all worth it.